Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of NeoEnglish, the show that helps you learn real, useful English you can use in everyday situations.
Yes. And today, we're looking at some tech news that might affect millions of people around the world. Something new is happening with Windows 11.
If you use a computer at home or at work, this episode might help you understand an important change, and we'll explain everything in clear English.
All right, let's begin. Microsoft is making it harder to avoid signing in with a Microsoft account on Windows 11.
Yeah, once again, Microsoft is pushing users to log in with a Microsoft account. Before, you could skip it or work around it in some cases, but now not really.
Right. So, let's explain. A Microsoft account is just an online account, like an email and password, that gives you access to Microsoft services like OneDrive, Outlook, and Windows.
And before this change, you could set up a computer with just a local account. That means no email, no connection to the internet, just your own private login.
But now Microsoft has released a new version, also called a new build, of Windows 11 that requires you to sign in with a Microsoft account.
That means it is becoming mandatory. Let's stop and explain that word, mandatory.
Yes, mandatory means something you must do. It is not a choice.
For example, wearing a seatbelt in a car is mandatory. Also, for many jobs, wearing a uniform is mandatory.
Some people feel frustrated because they don't want to link their personal information to Microsoft. But now it's harder to use Windows without doing that.
And here comes a fun word, workaround. A workaround is a trick or another method to skip or avoid something.
Like, maybe your phone's touchscreen is broken, but you use a Bluetooth keyboard to type. That's a workaround.
Or if you don't like spicy food and you ask for the dish to be made mild, that's your workaround for spicy curry.
For many years, users found workarounds to avoid signing into a Microsoft account. One famous workaround is called Bypass NRO.
Oh yes, Bypass NRO was a popular method to skip past the online sign-in. But Microsoft's new build blocks that too.
So users can't avoid signing in anymore in most common setups, even for the Pro version of Windows 11.
Yes, Windows 11 Home and Pro editions both now ask for mandatory Microsoft sign-in, unless you're using special setups or business installations.
You might be wondering, why is Microsoft doing this?
It's likely because they want to connect users to more of their cloud-based services. When you use a Microsoft account, they can offer OneDrive, Edge browser settings, and personalized ads.
But not everyone likes that. Some people want the choice to stay private and offline.
It's a classic example of big companies making systems more connected, but also more controlling.
All right, let's take a little break and go over some of the vocabulary from today's news story.
Okay, first word, mandatory. It means something you must do. For example,
Good examples. Next word, workaround. That's finding a different way to solve a problem, often when an official method is blocked.
so,
Excellent. Let's summarize the story again, but in very simple English for our newer listeners.
okay, Windows 11 is a system made by Microsoft. When you install it, you now have to sign in with a Microsoft account. That means using your email and password.
Before, people could use clever tricks called workarounds to skip this step. One famous trick was called Bypass NRO.
But in the new version of Windows 11, Microsoft stopped those tricks. Now, signing in online is mandatory. You must do it to finish setting up your computer.
That's the big change. Some people don't like it. They want more control and privacy.
And that's the big tech news for today. If this podcast helped you learn new words and understand the story, why not share it with your friends?
Absolutely. Learning English can be easy and fun when you stay curious about the world.
Thanks for joining us on NeoEnglish. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.